Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to do a video on what can free-to-play players do in this game, even though it is geared towards pay to win. Yeah, it's really pay to win. But you can still play as a free-to-play players. There's lots of things you can do. It's just going to be slower. You're just going to be weaker, and that's all fine. It really depends on what you want to do in this game. So, as you can see, this is to all anger, my main free-to-play account. Let's put up the free-to-play, the first purchase bonus on this account. So I'm going to go over 5 things that you can do and a couple things that you should not do as free-to-play players. So first up is rally filler. So as a rally filler, you don't need a lot of things. So there's several ways you could be a rally filler. Short term, basically, what you want to do is unlock T4. And to unlock T4 takes about, if you're in an active guild, takes about 6 months. Really, with Techno Labs, you can use a bunch of Techno Labs. How much? I'm down to 4 at the moment, but you can use a bunch of Techno Labs, especially some of the bigger research when you get to the Army Defense 7, 8, 9, and some of the big ones also in the health. I think level 9 and 10 are pretty heavy as far as speed up, so that's a good way. So yeah, really, as a rally filler, you really need to unlock T4. You don't need a lot. In fact, one of the good way you can be a rally filler is just to build just enough T1 to gather and then to sustain some Pyrus attacks, familiar attacks. You don't really need T2. In fact, you should, if you're a low troop count rally filler, you don't need T2. You don't need T3. Just need about 1 march of each T4. And basically with 1 march, even you can have more than that. 1 march would mean 600,000 troops. You can have more than that. But basically, you just need to have enough so that you can hide. As you can see, you can hide 300,000. You can hide your troops. You can then also, another thing you can do is send them very far away and do something like that. You can hide 250, and you can hide a little bit more if you had some heroes. So that would be 300,000. So depending on how many armies you have available, you could hide 300,000 times 4 or 5 army. So you can really have like 1 million, 1.5 million. The thing is, when you send to a tile, there's always a risk that someone goes to the tile before you, and basically you attack them because you're in fury if you fill a rally. So you could attack those troops, so they could counter you, and then that would suck. Another thing that they can do, that they could Nosseros your tile, and then just relocate to that spot, and then rent them out so that you attack them. So that one would definitely hurt. So you gotta be careful when you hide. One way to hide is to simply reinforce a teammate. So you could do that for, and then once your fury is out, you get your troops back and you shield back. So that's a good way. Basically, takes 6 months to get the T4, and then to build enough T4 to fill rally. You're gonna need some speed up, but it's not that bad. You need about like 500,000 of each. It's up to you. Now the other one, you don't even need T4. You can also be a Sigil filler, which means you only need to unlock Sigil. Now you still need, for that, you still need I think you need Academy 25 for that. So I mean, it's up to you. You need level 8 on all of these, and then you can get a purple sigil. What do I have? Not on this one. I have on my Beast Elm. So I have a purple Sigil, which gives me a 20 pack attack. That gives a little bit of a boost to my rally leader or a fort holder. So basically that's 2,800 tomes just to get to unlock the Helmet Sigil. So that is not a bad thing to do. You don't need troops. Like I said, you don't need troops. So that's a small investment, but it's somewhat boring. You're not really contributing much. You're only giving a little bit, and it only works for War of Wonders. It works for Dragon Arena. It works for Chalice, Baron, Emperor, stuff like that. Some people like it. You feel like you're part of the team, but really you're not doing that much. Now, long term, and we're talking about 2 to 3 years. This account is closing in on 4 years. It's to get a proper comp where you can be a rally filler, and then you can also get, if they target you, you can eat 1 or 2 rally, depending if you're able to obviously to counter. There's always a risk if you're in a big kingdom with a lot of several guilds that work together. You'll need more troops than that. But for a kingdom where you only have like 1 or 2 competitive guild, that's kind of enough. In fact, that's more than enough, I would say. I was able to cap with less troops. You need a bunch of T2. So last time I did that, I capped with about 5.2 T2, and I think I had like 2.1 T4. So it's good enough at this time. It takes a long time. You also need some gear. You don't really need gold gear. This is what I have right now. Like I said, I'm closing in on 4-year-old, but on my another account that's around 3-year-old roughly has the same gear except for the winter mitts. So everything else on the other account is purple and with gold winter mitts. Now on this account, I'm closing in on some of those to gold. I close in it. I'm missing 3 rares on a couple of them, like this one, and this one. So not that close. If you're free to play, you know that it's kind of it's hard to get those rares. But yeah, I would say about 3 years of really shielding. Someone said that in the comments, that they said if you're free to play, you're gonna have to shield for a long time and it's boring. I mean, it's up to you. I love building up my account. Some people don't like that. Some people just want to get to the fighting. I mean, it's a question of opinion. So now that's what you can do as far as rally filling. The other thing, you can do the events. There are several events that you can do easily as free to play. So let's see right now. Yeah, I mean, there's Guildfest. Guildfest, you can do 2,000 points easily. I'm in the purple one at the moment. I don't think I've started on this account. Yeah, I've not started. In fact, yeah, as you see, I have 2 accounts at the bottom, but I usually let the other guys start really fast. And in this guild, this usually happens where we have a couple guys that really finish, and that's pretty good. Like 10 out of 10 on the second day of Guildfest, completed with 2,000 points. It's pretty good. Lagerda, yeah, I like that. So yeah, Guildfest, really easy for free to play. You can do KVK. I mean, if you don't do war, you can gather. It's easy to get phase 3. You can get some extra points to contribute for your guild. But you can take a hit also, take a solo hit, take a rally, depending on your comp. If you take 1 rally and you shield, usually you get more points than you give. So think about it, guys. Lord's Cup, it's an easy one. Not a lot of people play Lord's Cup because a lot of people find it boring. I mean, I understand, but the thing is, if you have T4, it's really easy. What you have to do, you look at the base, and then you scroll sideways like this. You find a spot here, you bookmark that, and then you go, and then you look. But usually the square is like this. You go all the way here when it spawns. You find a ball. you get to the max percentage, which is, I think it's like 7 hits. And then you use your T4 and then, oh, nice. Thanks from Halo. And then you hit with your T4 as far as you can towards the base. And then you go back to that spot that you bookmarked, which, yeah, around here. And then basically you get that ball all the way to where you're at. And once you get it there, you try to get it around here with, like, you hit with your T2 so it gets there. And then you hit one hit of T4. It's going to go all the way about here. And then you hit another with your T4. You use your boots once or twice. I use the 75%. Once, if I see someone relocating, I use it another time. And then you get a goal. Takes about 5 minutes. So basically, if you get 4 goals, usually 4 or 5 goals, you're going to be in the top 5. Maybe not top 10. If you get like 10 goals, usually you're going to be ranked very high. You're going to get some good rewards. So this is something you can do easily as free to play. You can also, Dragon Arena, you can be a filler easily in Dragon Arena as a free to play. That's another one that you can do. I don't suggest, you can hold forward, but usually you're going to get knocked out really easily by the pay to win players. Let's go back to War. So you can do also you could trap. So there's several ways you could trap. You could do a solo low castle trap. I'm not going to showcase that because all my castles are 25. But basically what you need for that is you don't really need high gear. You can have low gear. And when I say low, I mean like blue, blue gear, but you need a lot of troops. So the lower your gear, the higher troop you need. And the higher troop you need, the less of a trap you are. So, but at the end of the day, you're gonna stop building, you're gonna stop researching. So you're gonna use all your gems, all your speed up for troops and for gear whenever there's bargain store, whenever there's exchange extravaganza and stuff like that. You don't need T4. I've seen a couple solo trap. I know that Worthy Prince has one video from like 7-8 months ago, and it's completely free to play. It's a great trap. I don't know how it works these days with some of the changes that we've had in the game, but there are several other trap accounts on YouTube that you can go watch. You can also do that with a high level castle. Same thing, low gear. Medium amount of troop, about like 10 millions, which is considered medium. If you want to get a rally trap, you obviously need a high castle. You need like 25 and Academy 25. You need T4, and at that point you kind of need to have medium gear, which is what I showed as my mix. This is considered medium. So you need at least purple, I would say. You need a high troop comp, which is something that I consider that I have on this account with there's 26 million, but keep in mind there's 1 million T1 Ballista and 600,000 T4 Destroyer. So they're not contributing that much. I really have 25 million troops on this account that are really contributing. This is a single or double rally trap. Well, it's not really a trap, but I could take 1 or 2 rally. If you're a trap, you want your might to be as low as possible. So one thing that you want to make sure is that you don't open your quest. So 10 million for quests is not that high. I have seen accounts with hundreds of millions, which sucks for them because if they want to trap, that's not. First of all, if you're gonna trap, you want to minimize this, and if you don't want to trap and you open some of these, it's gonna cost you migration scrolls, extra migration scrolls. So But yeah, so if you're a trap, you want to minimize also your research. There's a bunch of research that give nothing. And so if you're a trap, you want to maximize your troop might, and that's it. But also you want to have the gear and the heroes also. Now, like I said, you're gonna have to shield for a long time for this. If you want to do this free to play, you can do this, but it's up to you. It depends if you're patient enough to do that. If you want to be a rally party trap, well, at this point, I guess it's not really a trap. But if you want to take on a rally party, you need a lot more troops, and that's probably something I will never achieve. I'm still cheering. Well, I'm not. I'm still cheering. I'm still waiting for Brando Free to Play to show us a rally party someday. I know he had a lot of troops. He got rallied before the new Sanctuary update, so that's why he's still rebuilding. I'm still following. I hope we get to see that one day, but he's our hope that we're gonna see a free to play player take on several rallies at the same time. So free to play, it's obviously you have less stats, you're gonna take more reds, but I mean that's part of the game. We know that we're free to play. We know the risk cars. All right, up next, things that you can do. You can get some special heroes. Watcher is one of them. To me, Watcher is kind of easy to get. I've gotten Watcher gold on 3 free-to-play accounts, and it took me about 2 years. And I'm gonna get another one. I think I'm missing like 20 medals on my last account. You can also do Chaos Dragon. This one is a lot harder. I'm missing 68 medals on this one. I do have another account that's at purple, free to play. I know some people told me that I'm getting speed up from IGG or gems or whatever. I'm not, guys. If you go back to my first video, I already had a kind of high Chaos Dragon. I've not done the I don't know what's it called, the event for the turf creator, whatever it's called. I've not done that. I've seen some other YouTubers do it, and it's great. They get a lot of gems, I think, and stuff like that. I don't do it, but yeah, you just have to be patient. You have to pay attention for the events, and right now it is not Chaos Dragon. You have to save on your speed up. Now that we get a lot of extravaganza, I find it harder to do both because there's obviously way more incentive in doing extravaganza with the rewards than it is to get Chaos Dragon to gold. This is just gonna be for me. This is gonna be a wall hero, an extra wall hero because of the attack boost at 25% and the army defense at 30%. But it is not as good as Watcher. So, yes, I'm doing it for the challenge and for a wall hero. Now, the other thing we could do is not only can we get, we can get also research free to play. T5 is achievable. It takes a long time, but it's achievable. I'm getting there. This is something I'm going to achieve this year. Definitely, I'm thinking about around summer. It looks like I'm close, but I'm not really that close. These research down here, they cost a lot, and I'm only down to 2,000 tomes. So yeah, I'm close, but not that close. The other thing is you could do Sigil, you could do familiar battles. These are all good. You could do counters, which these are really good. I'm not doing them because I'm doing the T5 challenge, but if I was not doing that, I would have gone there first. I've said it several times, don't go for Advanced Wonder Battle or Wonder Battle if you're free to play. There's next to no reason to do that. And that's going to be one of the last point I want to talk about. But before we do that, another thing you can do, you can run high level darkness, so level 5, level 6 easily as free to play players. I say easily. You need to have some good stats. I know some people have said that they have stats. Hey, I see that someone in the guild is, Jinx. I need to pay attention because this guy usually wins is level 6. But yeah, you can definitely rally lead against darkness, high level darkness. The other thing you could do is, and you guys see that my energy is up there, you can definitely hunt high level monsters. So every day I do hunt a level 3 with hunting grounds. It's really easy for a level 3. Whenever there's a rotation, a nice rotation like Astra monsters that I'm actively hunting, I will use my hunting grounds on an Astra monster. But otherwise, it's mostly level 3 every day. If I use my hunting grounds and I try to hunt a level 4, I usually need to get some energy from my bag. I would probably do it if there was an event for that, like Chaos Dragon L event, if there was Guild Bash, stuff like that. Otherwise, yeah, I'm all good. At this point, I hit 18. I know that if I do a ×4, I'm gonna kill this, so definitely gonna do that. So this is easy. By the way, I used to be in a guild where as we were counting the monsters, there was a bot that was counting the monsters we kill. I would finish in the top 20 every week as far as monster hunting, and I'm a free-to-play player. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people think that some of the things that we can do as free-to-play are not achievable. It's because a lot of people are lazy and they don't do the events, they don't hunt monsters, so they don't get the goodies that you get from doing all of that. So basically, the extra resources and the extra speed up. I mean, it's a no-brainer, but a lot of people, a lot of pay-to-win, just are lazy. And some free-to-play players are also lazy. I'm just saying it's not one or the other. It really depends on the person playing the game. Now, as far as the thing that you should not be doing, you should not hold a fort. As free-to-play players, a couple reasons for that. First, the person that holds the fort should have the better stats. So as free-to-play, usually you don't have good stats compared to the big pay-to-win. Second, you don't have the coalition army. You roughly have 2.3 that you can hold, unless you do the research of wonder battles and advanced wonder battles, but these cost a lot of domes. And if you do that, then you're gonna miss out on the familiar battle, on the, well, not sigil, because if you're leading, you don't really need sigils. You're gonna miss out on T5. You're gonna miss out on counters. If you're free to play, yeah, these are not good research for you. You should not hold forts. You should not rally lead during WoW, Baron, or Chalice. In Dragon Arena, you can do it, but you'll see that you will lose against players that have less troops in their coalition, or sometimes they just have more troops in their coalition than you, and that's going to be the reason why you lose. So don't hold forts, don't lead rallies in forts. And lastly, guys, don't expect to keep up with the pay-to-win players. The eye spenders, you're not going to keep up. You're not going to have the same. You're not going to get your gear high enough. You're never going to keep up. So if you wanna, if you're free to play, you have to be patient. You have to expect that everything's going to be slower. You can do everything here, as long as the game stays online long enough. You will be able to do all of that. There are some parts of the game that are strictly free, pay pay to play. So you just have to look in the malls for that. Some of the heroes you will never be able to unlock. And remember, guys, a pay-to-play hero at purple is still worse than a free-to-play hero at gold. Well, most of the heroes anyways. So it's just what it is. Don't expect to keep up with the big spenders. If you're gonna trap, you're not gonna get the same result as someone that has better gear and the same amount of troops. So just gotta be patient. You're gonna plan, but at the end of the day, guys, it is what it is. Free to play is just slower. Remember to have fun, whether you're pay to win or pay to play or free to play. At the end of the day, it's just a game. I'll see you in the comments down below. Let me know what you're doing, if you're free to play or not. All right, guys, thanks for watching and see you later.